Yep. Just remember that. Success.
Yeah, Mama, look.
Yep. That's the one you need to remember right there. Success. Yep.
I'm getting there.
All right, guys, we ready?
Alrighty.
Yo. You ready?
In three, two, one.
Yo. This your boy Sean Treasy. This the show Star in My City. Welcome to Star in My City today. So I got special guests on here. I got Miss Rocfame, right?
What's goody?
And then I got her daughter, Alicia.
Hi.
Alicia is very multi-talented. She'll tell you about herself in a little while. Rocfame is very multi-talented. We got the mom and daughter. Both of them is very super talented. Rocfame is a host. She has a podcast. You still do the body rock?
We'll talk about it.
But, all right. Amongst many other things that she do. All right. Well, tell us how you get started.
Well, this your girl Rocfame. Just go down the list like I usually do. I am 1/3 of what is it? 6-time award winning.
That's right.
Yeah. Those to Watch Radio. No, is it 6-time award winning?
7, I thought.
7?
I think it's 7.
7?
think
Yeah,
it's 7.
7-time award winning.
Right.
A podcast. And I'm one half of the Meeting of the Minds. Is the networking event and artist showcase that was founded by Colors the Network Man. He's doing his thing. I became his business partner a few years ago.
Okay.
Because I'm telling y'all, if he said that if I did not join, there would be no more Meeting of the Minds. It's
Well, you said a
stressful.
few years ago. Y'all business partners for about 10, 15 years now, right?
Yeah, but the Meeting of the Minds specifically, not really.
No?
No, because I joined Those to Watch Radio about 6 years ago.
Okay. Well, Meeting of the Minds. Well,
Yeah,
I guess
Meeting
I
of the
was-
Minds. I think in 2020, I think 2019 was about to be his last year. And he asked me to be a partner. And after that, I hopped on. So we added some things, but we'll talk about that too. And that's been going great so far. 16 years. That's a long time for Colors to be doing something. That's amazing. I am the founder of Body Rock Dance Group. We were choreographers and dancers that catered to independent artists out here that needed help enhancing their videos or stage performances. So we used to provide that service. I am one half of Mixed Fits Podcast. Mixed Fits Podcast is with me and Tiffany Knowlton on Facebook. I call her Tip. Hey, Tip.
Hey, Tip.
And shouts to her. We did split ways for a while, which is amazing because we both got to grow and really spread our wings a little bit because we did put out a season and a half. And I say a season and a half because life happened. Things just happened. But we wound up going our separate ways. But we are coming back.
I
Yes.
used to watch our show. I'm telling you, y'all, it's for adults only.
It is for adults only, yes.
Okay, but I did used to watch the show, and then when you wasn't doing it no more, I was like, yo, what happened? She was doing so good.
What it was is that just timing. And,
Okay.
with anything that you do, you have to have a certain level of balance.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot going on. Body Rock was at the height of its thing. Tiffany, she was on her move, being an advocate for sex trafficked women and putting out awareness about sex trafficking.
Okay.
If you ever want to know her story, I can actually link a lot of her things. I don't want to be the one to tell it. I want it to come out of her mouth, but she has an amazing story. Actually, on Those to Watch Radio, where I met her,
Okay.
that's what she was on. She was on to promote the advocacy for sex trafficking and telling her story about, because she's from up north too. So she was telling her story about it and the way she got out of it, and the fact that she's helping these girls is amazing. So yeah, shouts to Tiffany.
All right. Shout out to Tiffany.
Yes. And I did flyers. I didn't do flyers professionally. Let me say this out loud. This is for the people that did not have a huge budget.
Okay.
I did what I can to make it look nice, professional, clean. so that people can have the opportunity to promote themselves, because not everybody can afford, you know, I don't even know some of y'all names. Look at Mimi and what's the other one, the real famous one out here that be doing the flyers.
Faison.
Faison.
Yeah.
I ain't got Faison technology, okay? I don't do that. But, you know, and I don't have his prices and stuff. But if you wanted to promote yourself, I was always willing and able to, you know, offer my services, $5, $10.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just to keep the subscriptions going, because I was practicing anyway.
You was you was figuring it out.
Yeah, and I was doing it
Know
out
what I
of
mean?
love. So I only really, you know, boxed it into my friends
Mm-hmm.
and people that I kind of support. And if other people came from the background, I let them know, hey, now, you ain't about to have 30 people behind you
Yeah.
looking like a Street Fighter opening screen. Like, you're not about to,
Yeah.
can't do it.
I'm with you on that. All that, yeah. I
can't do
don't
it.
think you need to have yourself on every flyer either. Like some people feel like they gotta have a picture of themselves
No.
on every flyer.
No.
Or I don't think you have to do that every one. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with all the things that I was doing, I needed to promote myself anyway, and I didn't have that money to pay all them people for it. So, you know, I just learned to do it myself. You know what I
Okay.
mean? That's about it. I guess that's it right now. I just recently became a Fleet DJ. Shouts to y'all. Fleet DJs, South Carolina.
And you did your first, I guess your first conference with them.
Yeah. It was a artist spotlight. For some reason, I don't care about the shade.
Gotcha.
Talk to me in a group about it. I don't understand why it's not public. Like, when you do an artist spotlight, only a few set of people get the Zoom link, so you can't invite your fans or nothing like that. Only the famous people get to share the Zoom link and get
Okay.
to record the show and stuff like that. But independent artists, you know, it's very private. It's still a good show, though. You know what I mean? Shout out to Swerve and all of them and the CEO. And artists just get on there and we ask them questions. I host the show, but that's what I did. I hosted the show. We listened to 2 songs, and then the DJs critique it.
Okay.
You know, good or bad, whatever it is, you know, it's just what it is. I personally think that a platform like that should be grander, way more grandiose than what it is.
Gotcha.
But, you know, those DJs are on another level. They got drops from Redman and all these other people, so they're probably thinking beyond the indie artists, but you know, I'm grounded. I'm right here.
Okay.
I think our celebrity and our little Hollywood here where we at is a big thing too, because a lot of big labeled recording
Right.
what is it,
Record companies.
record companies
Yeah.
and stuff like that, they're
Or
vultures.
recording companies. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that takes away from the passion a lot. And if you were one of those lucky people to blow, then that's great. But a lot of people is not willing to sell their soul for fame.
True.
Like, a lot of people just want to do it for the love of it and just want to continue on with their passion. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help create bigger platforms for the people that want to not stay at this level per se, but to be at this level of comfortability on a bigger scale, so we could show the people what they got. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Gotcha.
there's a lot of people that I know that perform and I think needs a shot, that deserves a shot, or just, you know, needs that platform to get out there. So I got a lot of plans in the future to help set that up.
Okay, so before you started doing, Meeting Other Minds, you was already set with Body Rock.
Actually, I started dancing in the Bronx. I
Okay.
started dancing in the Bronx with my homegirls, Phoenix, TT, Pika, yeah, your aunties. And we used to do it right there in the living room in the Bronx. And then we started doing it for health benefits.
Okay.
And we moved and we went to the Bronx Academy of Arts and Dance.
Okay.
And we started to perform there. That's where I got into the culture with watching the boys, the girls Vogue. And so I was because I was like more of I wasn't that girly with it. You know what I mean? I was more technical with it because I started off doing African dancing and contemporary. So I was more like 1, 2, 3, you know, like stuff like that. You know what I mean? So between TT and Phoenix with the moving their bodies a certain way, I'm looking. I'm like, how does your ass do that? How does hold up. So I'm like, all right, let me put this together. I could put my critiquing, my little technical stuff with this, you know, Bronx hip hop,
Right.
you know, and put it together. Then I'm watching the, you know, excuse me of how anybody feels about, you know, gay people or whatever. But I was in love with it. In New York, you know, we have a different view on that.
Right.
They're just people. for us. They're just a different culture people. And I used to watch them all the time just be so precise with their, voguing and stuff like that. And I'm like, we got to put this all together. And by the time I moved to South Carolina, I was a seasoned dancer.
Okay.
So I started the Independent Tone Awards.
Like J Vibe and
Yes, J Vibe.
Ernest.
Yep,
Yeah.
and Ernest. They were about to come out, so they had an audition.
Okay.
I wasn't auditioning, but they was like, "Hey, why don't you come so you can see what dances is out there?" Because I was like, when I came to Charleston, I'm like, "Where the dances at? Ain't no dances." I go to a club, girls on this side twerking in a circle, guys on this side with the phone on the camera, and I'm like, "Ew, y'all need to, why are you not?" But I wasn't used to that.
Right.
I wasn't used to seeing that. I'm used to Webster Hall, 5 floors of music, people dancing, all different cultures. Spanish people coming to dance with the Jamaicans. Jamaicans coming in out to dance with the white people with the rock and roll and stuff like that. Listen, I was used to that. I wasn't used to all that separation.
People who actually know how to dance.
Yes, so
they're going out to have a good time.
Yeah, and even in New York, even if you don't know how to dance, it's like the life of the party.
Yeah.
Everybody just got up and moved. You know what I mean? So when I first came to Charleston and saw that, I was like, where the dances? Then I started getting introduced to hip hop. I always said this, and I stay with it. Juice Gang, Alienation. One of the first few people that I saw as an introductory into Charleston hip hop scene.
Okay.
So they're the first few people that I saw.
Okay.
If y'all don't know who Alienation is, y'all missed a moment. I'm gonna be honest, y'all missed a moment. They should still be here. Yeah. But luckily, there's some people that are still doing the music. Shouts to Dean Alcedo, whom I danced behind as well.
Dude used to come to the Meeting of the Minds, right?
Yes, yes, he is a part of Juice Gang as well. JoJo, he used to do the engineering, he used to rap and sing. R.I.P. to Fresh, he did pass away.
Yeah.
Ace, I used to love Nikki, all of them. I was just a big fan, and I was like, oh my God, y'all crazy. And it was just a big mix of a singer, a rapper, a harder rapper, a lyricist, the showboater, you know what I mean? Then we had the Sexy with Nikki, and it was just like a T-Pain type of, listen, it was amazing. Y'all missed it. But anyway, once I started getting introduced, I was like, okay, so what are y'all doing down here? What is this industry? What is going on?
Yeah.
So I started going to more stuff. Then I met Colors the Network Man.
Okay. So
Colors the Network Man, he actually gave me my first interview ever on Those to Watch Radio.
Okay.
Jay ain't had no hair.
Jay had no hair.
I remember that.
You remember that?
I remember him being bald. Yep.
So,
yeah.
So, I had my first interview with Lovey and J Vibe and stuff like that. It was awesome.
Was that when they was in the
when Corey Guns?
They was in the, but that's when they was in West Ashley in the one building.
No, I did go back for. I think I went back for an interview. I was at an event. Corey Guns was supposed to show up. AD DeGeneral was out there promoting for Corey Guns.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to AD DeGeneral, by the way. She did pass away as well.
Okay. I know.
But Corey Guns was supposed to show up, and I'm like, oh, Corey Guns, that's the New York nigga. Okay, cool. Man, we wait there. Nigga ain't never show up. But then I learned but that's when I learned about the politics of people doing stuff here in Charleston and the, the attitudes and the rumors and the just everything. And I was like, oh crap, we got to change this narrative. We got to start working together. So anyway, I went to the audition and I met Prince. I don't know. They pressed play and this simple music, like. And he started popping. I said, oh, I want to know how to do that.
Who was that again?
Prince, who I used to dance with, Sharaj.
Oh, yeah, okay. I know something, yeah.
Yes, shouts to Tyra, too. That's his wife and the kids.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I saw him. And, see, I've never been a showboat. I never wanted to be the one in the front. I was always for support. And in my head, I was like, he needs more shine.
Yeah.
You feel me? He was with Tori Weldon. Shouts to TOP Productions.
Shout out.
And I was like, he needs more shine. I could do that for him. I could book him. I can get him. And I was like, and I want to learn from him. Honestly, the most selfish thing I've ever done out of everything is when I booked the dancer, I wanted to learn something from them.
Okay.
So we can learn from each other. Because remember, I'm the technical person.
Gotcha.
I can do counts. I can set up a scene. I can put it all together. The dancers that I kept acquiring were freestylers.
So you mostly like a choreographer.
I'm a choreographer.
Gotcha.
They are the dancers.
Right.
Right. Don't ask me to just dance out of nowhere. Get it, Rocfame. You get one of these.
A little two-step.
Get one of these
Little-
because I can't do it. I can't do it.
Cabbage,
I
little
just
two-step with the Cabbage Patch
I
going on.
don't just outrightly dance. Teach me something I could do. 16 8 counts in a row. Swear to God. But don't ask me to just get up there because it's not going down.
True that.
It's not going down. But anyway, once me and Prince started dancing together, we were on the stage for the Independent Tone Awards. We actually joined TOP. And that year, I got Choreographer of the Year, the first time, and won by a landslide.
Okay.
So
Tone Awards?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wow.
So that was one of my first awards, and we started rocking since then. Prince introduced me to Lena. Lena became my hip hop lead
Okay.
because she also is a freestyler.
Gotcha.
And I learned from her, but then I taught her how to take all that freestyle and to put it into choreography. And she's grown since then. Through Lena, I met Uniqua.
Okay.
Uniqua was basically a twerker. Let's
Okay.
be honest. Twerking is not what you think, people. Let me say this right now. Twerking is not what you think. It's
Gotcha.
not about just moving your booty up and down. Absolutely not. It takes time, leg muscle, knees, core,
Right.
all of that. And she was a strong woman. Like, she was built strong.
Right.
So like when she danced and really showed out, you can tell that she's been trained.
Gotcha.
Okay. And she turned that into choreography as well. And we came up with like some of the best choreography and performances that we had because of Uniqua. And because we used her skills to put into choreography along with Lena's hip hop, along with Sharad's poppin'. Then we started dancing with Pepe La Prada. Pepe La Prada has
yeah.
performed with me plenty of times. I
Yeah.
miss her so much. Loves you. If you know, you know. But love, send it to you.
Well, you know a true dancer when you see them boys start putting on the knee pads. For
Listen,
sure.
it was plenty of times where I needed knee pads.
Yeah.
For sure.
I've seen you with them on a couple of times. Like, yeah, she
Yeah,
about
because
to turn it out.
those are babies.
Yeah.
They in their early 30s. Mama's 39. Okay, Mama's 39. So I needed to keep up with them, if anything. But we'll talk about that later on why I stopped. I don't want to get emotional right now. I want to get through these questions first.
Got you.
So that's Body Rock there. And anybody else who I missed, Joy. Jasmine from Juice Gang.
Okay.
Just Jazz
Just,
danced
yeah.
with me as well.
Oh, wow, okay.
Shouts to Chris, who's partnered with me as
Yeah.
well. You know, no love lost for anybody. It's just that it had to stop.
Okay. Jazz wasn't just a rapper. She was dancing too, huh?
Oh, yes,
Okay, I didn't
absolutely.
know that. Okay.
Absolutely. Oh, don't let me show the video. I got her in 2 videos. Yes.
Right? I don't need to see the video. True
I don't
that.
think you should either. I don't think you should either. But I will share it because just out of love because it is great choreography.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. And then I guess as you was doing the Body Rock, you started doing those to watch with colors first, or you started doing meeting other minds with?
It was those to watch first. I interned.
Yeah.
I interned and I did my 90 days and he decided to keep me on, so I decided to stay.
Okay.
We used
You
to
sure
do
it was
it.
an intern though? You sure he just didn't tell you that and then?
Well,
he was
that's what
gonna-
he claims.
That's what he claims.
He claims it was a 90-day
Yeah.
thing. Let's see how it goes.
At that time, it was just him, right?
It was
Or him and I guess Jay doing the.
Yeah, I believe it was him, just him, and then Mahogany got added later.
Okay, that was around the same time. Okay, so you was first.
Oh yes, I was
And then-
definitely
okay.
first.
I forgot about Mahogany was on.
I'm glad you forgot.
Those to
I'm
watch.
kidding.
Yeah, we're just kidding.
I'm kidding.
But nah, I forgot.
That's how fast it blink.
Yeah.
That's how fast it happened. Cause ask her, she ain't never been around. Anyway,
Okay.
go ahead.
I was. It's no way she couldn't have been around. I did the interview with y'all two.
I know.
Yeah,
I
y'all two
know.
in colors. Okay.
But listen, everybody that's been on Those Watch Radio has carried on and did something great. J Vibe, A Grip Entertainment.
Yeah.
Lovey with Call Me Love. She has a show. She has a podcast as well. She's always giving out inspirational quotes and things like that. And she's been on the move with herself. Mahogany is a movie fucking superstar. Okay.
Yeah.
And because I'm nosy and be on people's Facebook, I heard she was at the Tyler Perry Studios.
Is she an actress?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's an
Yes.
actress.
You met Mahogany. You met Mahogany.
I probably did. I
You
met,
just don't
met a
remember.
lot of
That's
them.
okay. That's all right.
Okay. Yeah, she was. Yeah, she did done what 1, 2, 3. she
Oh,
had
and
good
Mahogany
movies
danced with Body Rock as well.
Felicia, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And Mahogany danced with Body
She
Rock
did?
as well. Yep.
That I didn't know.
Yep.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's what's up.
We were both in D Love's video, Take Your Time,
Yeah.
and that was the last time.
I gotta go back and look at that video. I didn't.
I'll
Oh no,
share it
I
with
remember
you.
that video. I know. Yeah.
Please
yeah.
don't
Yeah,
share the
yeah.
video,
I'm not
guys.
gonna
My
share the
name
video.
is Raoul.
Scandal.
and then so as you was part of, like, yeah, as you was part of those to watch, you and Colors had built a nice brother and sister bond, right?
Nice little love-hate relationship because I don't tolerate nobody really.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. So after a while,
That's a brother and sister bond in the sense.
I'm the only child. I don't know better, so I
Yeah.
believe you.
And
I
then
believe you.
I guess somebody, we had somebody try to intervene and kind of separate y'all two a little bit, but
I mean, they tried. Well,
Yeah.
Mahogany was on Those to Watch, and I don't know, I can't confirm or deny if she had anything to do with it, but
Right.
PD the CEO, we used to be on Nobody Grinds Like Us radio,
Mm-hmm.
and the reason why I remember it, because I typed and promoted that shit so much, like I could say it off the tip of my tongue, so I used to put it on flyers and stuff like that, and he's a great photographer, videographer, and he shot podcasts and stuff like that, beyond Those to Watch, he shot podcasts and stuff like that. And listen, nobody likes a narcissist.
right.
And if you want to come in my inbox about it, baby, we can do it. But it's no love lost.
Right.
Okay. I'm just speaking my truth.
Well,
Okay. He didn't like
things
the
happen
fact.
sometimes.
He didn't like the fact that I was opinionated.
Okay.
He didn't like the fact that I said what I wanted to say. He didn't like the fact that, I didn't like the fact that he was so rude to Colors all the time. I don't like the sideways attitude. I don't like the side eye shit. If I'm your friend, I'm your friend.
Right.
If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. If I don't, I'm going to let you know that I don't like the fake shit.
Gotcha.
If you don't like me, just tell me that, and I can use my energy and go somewhere else. I'd rather you keep and protect your peace than to tolerate me.
Gotcha.
Because sometimes we can be the problem, You know what I mean? Like, if you rolled your eyes 2 times in a row, Treasy, I'm like, you know what? I love this show, but I'm going to go because I'm making you uncomfortable. You feel me?
Gotcha.
But, like, don't just be sideways. He was being a girl, and I treated him just like the woman he was acting like, okay? I'm be honest, okay?
Yeah.
So, and that's just what it was. I never said anything outwardly. I never told anybody, no Facebook, no Instagram, never told any of our business, but he had to let it be known at that moment. Oh, it's either Rocfame or it's me, and unfortunately, he got voted out because I left because it was already an established team. Jay, Colors, PD, the network. It was fine, and if I'm the problem, like I said, I'm a healed person. Okay,
Right.
I'm a healed person, so I'm not petty and messed up like you. I don't have those type of delusions in my head. So when I feel like I'm being a problem somewhere, I remove myself to make sure your peace stays intact, and that's what I did.
That's what you did. Now I've been around him. I know when he can't have control, it's all of a sudden he has some kind of issues with you that's not really even there. I know that about him.
Yeah, I can't talk for everybody else.
I
you
can't
know?
say certain things. He was kind of ahead of his time, like I say, podcasts, magazines, videos.
But the work is A1.
Yeah.
You can't even deny the man. The work is A1. But I don't care who you are. Beyonce can walk up to me right now, and if she gave me a nasty attitude, I'm going to punch her in the throat. Okay? I don't really care. Like, because sometimes it could be how you are that can stop you from being successful. You
Gotcha.
have to be a people person in this industry.
Gotcha.
I've heard many stories, and I'm going to say it out loud. The original man, won a video with PD the CEO. That man came, shot like a scene real fast. I ain't got time for this. Bro, you said I won the video. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And you're rushing me now?
Yeah.
The attitude. You feel
right.
me? The attitude. And sometimes that'll stop you from getting work. It's PR work. It's simple.
Gotcha.
It's simple. And if you didn't want to do it, you shouldn't have offered it and gave it up.
Okay.
You feel me? Forever, you have a nasty taste in that man's mouth.
Right.
Pause.
But we're going to get back to the original. We're going to get back to more of Meeting Other Minds and
Ooh, yeah.
those to watch. So you guys won 7 podcast awards with those to
Podcast
watch.
of the Year.
Podcast of the Year with those to watch. What was that? One was, or a couple. Most of them was it the SC Underground?
I can find it.
SC Underground. A lot of times she used to have it in what they call it, Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
And then did y'all win one? Did y'all win for the Tone Awards too?
I believe so, yes. Because me, Jay, and Colors, we were splitting the award, so Jay would get one, Colors would get one, I would get one, so forth and so forth. And so
Right.
when we were winning, so
And then y'all also went the one in Augusta.
yes, I'm trying to find it.
I can't remember what J. Paul called that one in Augusta. Was it IHC?
The IHA,
IHA.
Independent Hustlers Award.
Yeah.
I believe
That's been what 2-3 years now in the works.
Yes.
And then I think y'all won like an award last year for that one, I believe.
I don't remember. I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
I think so.
And then so let's get, I guess, to the meeting of the minds. How did that come about with you and Colors? Because I know he had it going. I guess he had it going since like I don't know early 2000s. I can't 2000s. 8 or 9, I think, Colors started meeting of the minds.
Well, the meeting of the minds, like I said, is an artist showcase and networking event, and it's hard. It's actually quite difficult, and more so because it's passion based.
Right.
And what I mean by it's passion based is we don't make no money. We don't.
Okay.
Everything usually have to go right back to the club,
Gotcha.
right back to security,
Gotcha.
right back to DJG money.
Gotcha.
Okay. And that's why I call it a labor of love. The banner isn't free. The DJ isn't free.
Right.
The space isn't free. But we make sure to do it constantly so artists can have a safe space to sharpen their sword.
Gotcha.
So they can take it on to the next thing
Right.
and be the greatest they can be.
Right.
They
Or some space where you got fans and you trying to have a show every month.
Right.
There you go. Invite your fans out there. But for some reason, I think going out there and generating fans is like allergic to some of these artists around here.
Yeah, but it's been working because Colors is really good at mixing the crowds. He invites, he makes himself available to go to Columbia, go to Augusta, go to Savannah, go to all these places, North Carolina, to go to these other showcases, and he invites people to come back to perform for us. So when he brings the crowd there, they bring the crowd back to us.
Well, when did you first start? That's what I mean.
When I first started is in 2020.
2020 is when
or 2019 into 2020.
Into 2020. Okay.
Yes. And unfortunately, we had to take a lot of months off because, of course, COVID. And which gave us time to revamp and stuff like that. He did up the price from $10 to $15 because when I first started going there, it was $5 to get in. Then he changed it to $10. And then when I joined, I was like, hey, now. So he went up to $15.
Gotcha.
All right. And I added the featured artist spotlight. That became a thing because right now, as we're sitting here, we're booked well past 2026 for the featured artist.
Really?
Gotcha. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So, and it was just a thing. And like I said, he saw my passion that I had for independent artists out here. And he was like, I need somebody like that. Because if you were out for the grub, this wouldn't be for you.
Gotcha.
You had to have some type of passion and some type of love for these artists in order to get involved. Because promotion, flyers, all that stuff is not free. But we do it anyway.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. Sometimes we could leave a little gas money. but but that's about it, you know what I mean? And hopefully one day we'll have the opportunity to make it more grandiose.
But I mean, you make money to keep it going.
Yeah.
That's like,
But sometimes we don't break even, Trees.
Right, and then you might have to go pull out the bank, and it's okay.
Ain't
But
no
you make money.
Most of the time, that's what
keep
has
going.
to happen. We pay for it ourselves out of our pocket, and that's just what it is. But it's all out of a labor of love. We don't advertise that
Right, and then you don't charge the artist to come and perform
at all.
like
Never.
a lot of other places, and
Yeah, I still didn't understand that, but
yeah.
I guess everybody has their go-to when it comes to it. They out there for the money, so they saw a money grab, and these artists will pay to be in some certain buildings. You know what I mean? And that's okay.
Or go in the building and then go stand outside. But
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I've started calling people lame out loud on a mic, and that's been stopping.
Yeah.
And nobody likes to get insulted, and I've been calling them out. I'll go outside with the mic and call them lame, okay, all the time. That's all
Earrings
right.
dropping on
It's
you.
been happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise it's been a blast. It's family oriented. It's been a great vibe, and all the mixed talents that we have has been amazing. So yeah.
But outside the meeting of the minds and those to watch, you've done a lot of more hosting for other events.
Yes.
I'm not quite sure what they were, but you can enlighten us all.
Well, earlier, I started hosting for parties
Okay.
at the old 787, but with that, I had to learn and stay in my lane.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not going to say who, but one time I got booked with a male host, and he said, nah, I need somebody with some more live. I need somebody with some more action. And what that meant was I was not willing to shake my ass for the whole night.
Gotcha.
Not only am I a choreographer and a dancer that I get paid to do that for, but second of all, you're not doing, no, hell no. Like, I get good money for that. What you mean?
Right.
The last one that paid me to shake my ass in front of somebody was D-Love, and she paid well. Okay, that's a woman. And
Right.
you want me to do that for free?
Yep. I
Like-
remember she paid well because I got my $20 back. No, I was just joking. I was just
But
joking.
yeah, but I had to learn my lane. I'm more of a professional type of host. You
Yeah.
feel me? I'm funny. I'm engaging, so I keep the crowd going with that. Like recently, shouts to Ashley J and Success. I hosted her second annual autism awareness event,
Yep.
and that's where my lane was.
Okay.
You know, I've hosted. And you know, believe it or not, I used to be an instructor for about 4 years for Tipsy Twerk.
Okay.
Tipsy Twerk was a Black-owned choreography party-based company. Basically, when you have a bachelor party, you get an Airbnb. I did the Airbnb experience, and I did in studio. But like, you have a birthday party, bachelorette, or something like that, you hire me, and you either go to the studio or I come to your Airbnb, and we bring our own bartender.
Okay.
And we do courage shots, and I teach them a sexy dance. And I started teaching something called body language. Remember what I said before? The popping, my friend TT in Phoenix,
Yeah.
my technical,
Got.
all that came into play
Gotcha.
because I turned it into body language.
Okay.
So, and I actually named it. It became mine. Nobody else is doing it, period. So I got that under the bag, and I was teaching. I taught in Atlanta. I taught in North Carolina. I actually went back to New York to teach for a little while, and not to stay, but for classes and stuff like that. And I was just learning, and we were getting up there. The company did wind up closing. Shouts to Moni. I love her to death. I don't know the technical stuff. I don't know what it was like to have that business, the technical things in the background. I was just a
Gotcha.
choreographer. But while it was happening, it was great.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay. And then, as the meeting of the minds grew, well, actually, I wanted to ask you. You started doing at one point in time. You started a body rock choreography company. Like, I think you had got you a building, and you was trying to, I guess, have kids come in and learn how to.
okay, so me and Lena and Tony, which is Lena's sister,
Okay.
I was supposed to be the business and brains. I'm going to keep this one positive because you would need a segue episode to talk about all this. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I don't even think you have enough time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I became a little salty, and this is why I toned down what I was doing in the city for a while, because I was trying to do a lot.
Okay.
Body Rock opened up Evolution Studio.
Okay.
We wanted a place where artists can practice, where you can bring your choreographers and dancers to come rehearse. We wanted other dancers to come and have a low-priced area to do what they need to do. Because practice is key. Sometimes it's hard to be out in the park. We done been there. We done got certain burnt, all this other stuff in the park and all this other stuff, different places, people houses and stuff like that. We had a nice space that we wanted to create so creatives can come together. Podcasts, we had a whole green room, for God's sakes.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you, we put money into this. We put time into this. We painted, we decorated, we fixed the bathroom. We put lights up. We fixed the window. We did all of this for Charleston to not show up.
Okay.
Not many people came to our opening. Not many people booked with us. And it was quite the eye-opener. But per the reputation we had from that opening, we did not book anybody, and
Okay.
we had to let the studio go because rent is due regardless if you book or not.
True. Facts.
And we're regular people. We had no sponsors.
Right.
We still paying our own bills. We
Right.
still taking care of our kids.
Okay.
And we couldn't afford to keep the studio open. And all the sponsors that was supposed to be sponsoring, everybody. I mean, shouts to the people that did come because I said I wanted to keep it positive. The shouts to the people that did come. Colors of Zans came, O came. There's a few other people that came, but it was just a handful, literally a handful of people.
Okay. Can you share any of your most memorable moments and experiences in Charleston, in Charleston with the Charleston music industry?
I can share my greatest moment that I created by myself.
That's fine.
It's
with
not
us.
with really the music industry, but a lot of people
Yeah.
did come to support. It's my
Okay.
Charleston Black Parade. Charleston
Oh.
Black Parade is at the time where we were getting shot. George Floyd
Yeah.
got killed, and it was at a time where it was real tension in
Mm-hmm.
the Black community because with all of that was going on, we weren't being supported correctly. We live in a red state.
Right.
So you already know how their views of everything was. And I felt like Black people needed to be appreciated for a second. So I used Beyonce's Black Parade, and I called every dancer I had in my Rolodex.
Okay.
And I was like, listen, I want to do something positive. Can you come out? If I gave you a piece, this 8 count or whatever, can you help me film this whole thing? So Eric from Mystify Productions,
Shout out to Eric.
yes, he's the one that filmed and edited the whole thing.
Okay.
Body Rock was out there, Prince was out there, the Dancing Divas was out there. A lot of other people was out there. I can't even all the way remember. Pepe was out there. A lot of people came through, and we put that together, and we made it was like a 30-minute film of Black leaders talking about the greatness of Black people
Okay.
before the choreography even started.
Right.
And we just looked so melanated and beautiful. Shouts to Rhonda Richardson, her African dance group came out.
Yeah.
Actually, it was years later that I found out that Mimi's daughter danced in my film.
Really?
I had no idea.
Zaria?
Yeah, Zaria.
She was in it?
Yeah, she was in it. And I didn't know that Rhonda was her auntie.
Miss Ronda?
Rhonda Richardson, the one with the pretty...
The one with the outfits?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. She is her auntie.
Yep. And I didn't know that.
Then later on, years in life, you and Mimi found out y'all were
weirdly on some sad shit.
y'all were cousins, right?
Yeah. It was somebody on Facebook, or a mutual of ours, was like, "Oh, R&P such and such," and I was like, "R&P cousin," and she was like, "R&P cousin." We was like, "What do you mean?" So we found out that we were just removed cousins or whatever.
And y'all boys been two peas apart ever since, in a good way. In a good way.
Yes, of
but,
course.
Y'all can't inseparable a lot of times. I noticed.
Weren't y'all friends before in high school?
Yeah, we actually went to high school together.
Really?
Yes.
What high school did y'all go to?
North Charleston High School.
You went to North Charleston High School? Okay, cool. All right.
I believe she graduated in 03 and I graduated in 04.
Okay.
She was the artsy one, the creative. I was the cheerleader, the athlete.
Okay.
So, and we knew each other in high school, but she was older than me, so I was always looking up at her because I was being lame, in the corner or whatever. But I held my own. But yeah, we found out that we were cousins later on. So
That's pretty cool, man. And now, you hang out with her daughter?
Actually, I go to school with Azaria.
they go to the same
Sorry,
school.
I couldn't figure
I go
out
to
how
school
say
with her.
it. Yeah.
I see her in the hallways. I do what my mom used to do with Mimi. I kind of look up at her.
Just gawk at her.
No, because she's such a figure at our school. Everybody loves her,
And that's
Yeah.
what
and
Mimi
she's
was.
so talented.
And that's what
yeah.
Mimi was.
Yeah, okay.
Guarantee.
And then have y'all got together and did because she does drawing and art as well, right?
Yeah, she's a painter, a
She's- yeah.
drawer. She does nails. She makes jewelry. She dances. She sings.
Okay.
Yeah.
We haven't. I mean, Mimi suggested it. We just haven't gotten to do it yet. We haven't gotten together and done anything. Her big thing is drawing. I used to be more of a drawer, but I just kind of went more into the performance space. So
Okay.
But yeah, that girl can sing.
Yeah, she
I
can.
aspire to sing like her.
Yeah, I never heard Mimi daughter
Oh my
sing.
God.
Oh my gosh, her
Okay.
voice is gorgeous. If you go to her house, you'll just hear her singing in her room.
Okay.
Yeah, she can sing.
Wow.
Very
So next,
talented.
how being a mom, right? Being in the Charleston music industry, okay. How do you separate your personal life from that life? Is it pretty hard or is it pretty easy?
Very
Time
easy.
manageable?
Very
Okay.
easy. For God's sakes, my man don't even really know her.
Not really, no.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how separate I can separate
Well,
my
that's
life.
awesome.
Like, I just make sure that home is taken care of. And I only got the one kid. I can't talk for everybody that got multiple kids. That's hard.
Right.
That's hard. She's of age.
Mhm.
She's older. You know what I mean? So she understands all the stuff that I, deal with, because I can actually talk to her
Right.
about certain things. And I mean, it's not really hard to separate it, because like when I'm outside, but when I'm home, I'm mom. I never
Right.
ever mix the two. And when I'm at practice, we make it kid friendly. She was out there with the rest of the kids.
Yeah, I loved
Yeah.
going to practice and watching her dance. It was awesome.
It's also you still you still set up days and y'all practice even to today. No. Oh, okay. I thought okay. All right. You got me all excited. I thought you were
It's
still.
okay. It's okay.
Rare, because I've yet to ever see you dance like in person. I always
Missed
go,
it.
yeah, I always miss it. Either I don't come that time around that Sunday, or I come and you just got done.
Right.
So I never. I mean, I've seen it on camera,
Yeah.
going back and watch it, but in person, I lie. I seen it once.
I was about to say, we at least once. I know you had to at least once.
I think it was what was the guy you just
Prince.
Prince?
Yeah.
Light skinny, right?
No, he's like brown skin.
Brown
like
skin.
Us. Yeah.
Okay, it was brown skin, but he got like facial hair or something, right?
You talking about the duet dance?
Yeah, that's not the guy.
No, that's
I
Chris.
seen you and him.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
with
the
Chris.
one. He's a one-time shooter quitter. That was it.
Yeah, I seen him. He dropped you down and snatched
Yeah,
you
that
back.
was-
I was
yeah.
like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah, he
all right.
married now. We can't do them things.
True that. You gotta find your new
Hey,
partner, buddy.
respect. I ain't trying to get my ass
you
beat.
gotta find your
Oh
new.
my God,
You gotta find your new
Mama.
partner,
Trying to
buddy.
get beat? Absolutely not. I've never been a wife, but I'm pretty sure them things territorial over their husband.
It depends. I guess it depends on what kind of mature and trust person you have.
Trust me,
What
it
kind of
never works
maturity
out.
you are, and what how far you
never
want to take
works
the
out.
trust process.
It never works out.
True.
It
So-
really don't.
No.
Some wives be like, listen, certain people can't dance with us now because of certain people in our group right now. Like,
Right.
that's terrible,
I
but
mean, I know
it is
how
what it is.
I was. I had a time or two. I had to, rant.
You understand,
Yeah,
though.
I definitely understand.
You understand.
Yeah,
This
I had
happened
a,
a whole-
well, I didn't
Now
have
me-
a time or two. I had a time.
now me, you
Yeah.
can't do that too.
Yeah.
When I danced with Chris, that man sat in the corner and recorded me. You feel me?
Yeah.
And he was cheering me on. You can't do that with me. And Color said it too. He said this a long time ago, well before Lizanne's. He said, listen, when I find Miss Ramadan, she cannot get in the way of my creative process.
True. That
And
that
I
is colors.
respect that. And I held on to his words. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
You absolutely can't. You're right. You're right.
So-
You're about to bubble me.
So Rocfame, you've been around into the Charleston music scene for a while now, right? What advice do you have for people coming into the Charleston music scene and some that already been here for a while? Like from the outside looking in, I guess you're not a rapper, you're not a singer, right?
It's terrible.
But you're many other things into the Charleston music scene. What advice could you give the rappers and singers that you see that can help them further their career?
Find your niche. Stop being a carbon copy of everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
It's not cool, because that's when people do get up and walk out on your performance, because they're like, I just saw this. I saw this like 3 times, and I'm out the door. Like, I can say there are artists that come out and they have such a big personality and they have their own thing that, it causes us to be there and pay attention. Find your thing and practice. Please practice, because it's embarrassing even for the audience to watch you get out of breath on stage.
Right.
Put the cigarette down. If you got 4 or 5 performers ahead of you, clear them lungs out.
True.
And this is coming
Facts.
from a fan, just somebody who's hearing you. I'm not a singer or a rapper,
Yeah.
so I don't have any take in none of that. So
Well, I second that, being that I was a rapper, and I'm telling you, everything she said about put the cigarettes down and practice, yes, so you don't run out of breath.
For real.
I can definitely co-sign to that for her.
because it's a little embarrassing, and then it's hard to get your bearings after that because
Yeah.
you're still on when you're on stage. It doesn't matter if it's the middle of the song and you out of breath. You still got to continue on with the rest of the
You gotta
song.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Enhance your performance. Hire those dancers. Hire them. They already have the creative juices. They already know what they're doing. Okay? Hire them, and your videos, stage performance, stand out. You feel me? Stand out. Not to say that you can't rock by yourself on stage, but trust me, you're going to get that attention, and they're going to remember you.
Yeah.
Okay? To this day, when Dean featured at the Meeting of the Minds, people still talk about that.
Okay.
Till today, nobody has topped Dean's featured artist,
Yeah.
and that was like 2 years ago, bro.
Okay.
Like for me, and he's the gaining number on our YouTube page. So
Oh, y'all got a YouTube page?
yes, we do. Meeting of the Minds has a YouTube page. Thank you.
Nobody, I didn't
You guys
know
have a
that. Oh,
YouTube
you gotta connect me to that, man. I did not know that.
Now, for the people that has already been around, y'all already doing what y'all supposed to do.
Yeah.
Because, and I can't even say nothing about that. Y'all are seasoned. Y'all already do what y'all supposed to do. I don't care where y'all go. We got people that went to the BET Awards. We had people that performed in Vegas. We had people that left. They always came back to show love. They always came back to show love. And it's up to y'all to show the new artists out there. Because when y'all come, y'all don't even realize that these young artists heard about you already.
Yeah.
They already know who you are. And you think that you showing up to these little showcases and stuff like that is beneath you when you just made somebody's day. I had people coming to grab me. Oh my God, is that Bishop Dripper? Oh my God. I'm like, yeah, go talk to him. No, I'm scared. I'm like, why are you scared of him? Go talk to him. He ain't got no security.
Nice guy, man.
I was like,
He's
don't
a
pay
nice guy.
attention to Princess Dripper. She ain't gonna bite you. I swear to God. Just go up there. She nice too. Go talk to him, man. Like, and it was like, oh, hey, can you get their number? Can you do this? How about I give you their social media? I'm gonna give you their social media. You can follow them, okay? Is
Yeah.
that more of your liking? So, you know, they gain followers because of me a lot of the time because they so scared to go talk to these people because in their eyes, those people are superstars, as you should.
Right.
As they should.
As they should be.
But for the older artists, you know, they're already doing it, though. They do come back. They do show love, and they do network and get with these newer artists making music. Like, for goodness sake, Shandu just did a song with Geechee Boy Dread. That is two totally different generations, two totally different sides of music. That's
more like-
boom bap. This is, you know what I mean? Hip hop, you know what I mean?
More like 3 generations.
3 generations. But look, just because of the connection.
Shout out to Shandu.
Yeah, and just because of the connection that they had
Yeah.
through the networking, they made something great.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I think that's awesome.
Gotcha. You've heard the song?
Oh yeah, I reviewed it at the Fleet DJ
Okay.
Spotlight.
Yeah, I heard the song.
And they
just to let
performed
you
it.
know it's dope.
They performed
They
it as
performed.
well.
I didn't know I didn't know they performed it, but I was
Yeah.
at Shandu's, chilling with Shandu and his brother, and I heard the song. It's definitely dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he you know what? Now I think about it, he did say that they performed it, but must have was one of them times I didn't come out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And Shandu's, he's been out here a minute doing this thing, but you know he was sitting in the cut for years, just watching everything before he decided to, I guess, actually get in the scene with
Well,
us.
has he been he hasn't been in Star of My City, right?
No, not yet.
Oh,
He's
so I'm
coming.
not going to tell his story. I know his
Yeah.
story, and he's come a long way
Yeah.
to get back to his passion, and that's the respect. That's
Okay.
respect.
So,
That's
what do you
respect.
think is the biggest misconception about Charleston music?
They're changing it. Unfortunately, the biggest misconception that people had is that Charleston people are crabs in a bucket, that they only want 1 star, and you got to win a popularity contest in order to be number 1 and stuff like that. Unfortunately, in the early stages of me being here, it lived up to his name. I
Okay.
saw it. But in the recent years, that has changed. That has completely changed.
Okay.
And I love the fact that different groups and different sets and stuff like that, and different artists. They're working together. They're making great music. They're putting themselves out there because, like, if you have 1,000 fans and I have 1,000 fans, and we're both trying to gain fans, and you get 1,001, I get 1,002. Guess what? If we do the song together, now you have 2,000 fans, I have 2,000 fans, and so forth and so on. Now she got two. You know what I mean? And now let's put our two together. Now we have four and you have the two. Now you come on. Now we all got, you feel me? And they've been piggybacking off of that, and they've been working together. I love the fact that Geechee Gang was featured on Juice Gang. Juice Gang was featured on Geechee Gang.
Yeah.
I seen Getty, you know what I mean, out there doing their own thing separately and together. They've been working together. Even promoters, they will respect, like, hey, what day you doing this? I bet. So I'm going to do it this night. You do it this night. And we're going to move the crowd around instead of just hogging the nights. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Just out of respect.
Right.
And people have been working together to build a good industry with each other. It's changed. The narrative have definitely changed. But unfortunately, it lived up to its name in the beginning. For me.
All right.
For me.
Okay. And then so, what do you think we're going now? Like, what do you think? Because I see a lot of people are starting to branch out and do more shows. There's more people wanting to help. Well, I guess not really say the word help. There's more shows out there to do.
Yeah.
Right. So you don't have to just do one. But I don't think you. Just because you're going to do this one, you should hate on this one. I think
No.
me personally, you should do them all.
Yeah.
You know, if it's a show on Sunday and then it's a show on Monday, do both. You know, if it's 7 shows every day, if it's 7 days a week, right? So if it's 7 shows, do all 7 shows,
Right.
And then so forth on. So if you got to do that 2 weeks in a row, that's 14 shows you got under your belt,
There you go.
right? And then that also helps you generate your fans and
Right.
let your music be heard.
That's a
Now,
fact.
switching up music all the time, I think that's a little bit. I think that hurts a lot because you haven't gave the one song that you push for 1 month enough time to actually get into somebody's mindset and go,
Right.
oh, I like that song, you know. Yeah. So that I think you gave a good answer there. Sorry.
Yeah. Nah, word.
But back to you were gonna do one time Meeting of the Mind presents.
Yeah.
Did that switch into the feature artist or did
No. COVID happened.
okay.
COVID happened, and I chose my artist. I chose Hezzy the Kid to be my first artist for the Meeting of the Minds. Shoot, I just had a brain fart. Presents.
Yeah.
Meeting of the Minds presents. And the reason why I called it Meeting of the Minds presents is because it's Meeting of the Minds presents, Sean Treasy or Jay
Gotcha.
Brown. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So what I was trying to do is another thing that I tried to do for the artist, of course, because I'm always thinking
Yeah.
about that. I figured that, an intimate concert,
Yeah.
so they can really dig deep into the artists. They have time to talk. They have time to open up
Yeah.
and to really put on their own show and with their liking. They pick their own openers and they pick their own intermission. They pick their own closer, and I wanted you to really be able, and a meet and greet after. I wanted people to be able to go up to you, have signed photos, and give like the celebrity treatment.
Yeah.
As you should. You put yourself in a mindset of a celebrity and you make yourself feel that way. The universe has nothing left to do but make it happen.
Make it right.
I wanted that for you guys. I wanted that for them so bad. But of course, finding sponsors.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I wasn't trying to go into, no offense. I love the Ritz. I love, Jungle's Bar and Grill. I wasn't trying to do it there. I
Right.
wanted a theater.
Right. You want to take it to a right. I understand that.
I wanted a theater. I wanted something bigger, And sadly, no matter how I talk and no matter how I present it, no matter what I say, unfortunately, people, once they heard it was a hip hop artist or something urban, I got denied a lot.
Gotcha.
Got denied a lot.
Okay.
So, it's just a hard fight and battle. So that's when I thought of doing something else. And I'm still working on that. That's coming. You better believe the meeting of the minds presents is coming back, because I realize what I have to do now. I cannot pull up a seat at their table because they don't want me there. I'm about to build my own fucking table.
There you go. There you go.
Because I don't have time to keep dreaming about stuff and having all these visions and wanting all this stuff, and me constantly getting denied because you don't understand my culture, my music.
Right.
You feel me? You act like I was gonna stop at just hip hop, like it was a bunch of gang members and stuff outside. Absolutely not. You know what I mean? I got information from North Charleston Police Department, or wherever area I was in, how much it costs to have real police out here.
Right.
Not just security guards from your friend's hood or whatever like that. Absolutely not. I wanted concierge. I wanted waiters, and I wanted to take orders for food and stuff. I wanted it to be an experience for whatever artist out there. I wanted to pack their green room, their dressing room up with whatever they wanted. I wanted photographers. I wanted videographers, and I wanted this professionally done. And it's because I think the artists deserve it.
Okay.
And this is a way for somebody to peep, like, who is that with all this commotion? Yeah, it's that person.
Gotcha.
Come through.
Okay.
Pull up. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, and at the end of the night, make sure to pay them well.
Right.
Because they earned that all night. It's not, I know it's not easy to do anything for an hour and a half or something like that. You know what I mean? So you to perform a full set list, I mean, I can imagine how hard that is. To perform for an hour,
Yeah.
it sounds sickening. It sounds sickening. Like,
So, are you gonna bring Misfits podcast back?
yes, I am. Me and Tiffany actually is working on a new season. There is a lot of stuff to be talked about.
Right.
A lot of stuff. She's in a different part of her life. I'm in a different part of her life. She is actually getting married next year. Yes. And I am the maid of honor.
Oh.
Yes. Because, listen, we've been through that relationship together.
Right.
Like,
You gonna catch the bouquet?
that's what it feels like.
You gonna catch the bouquet?
I don't catch bouquets at nobody weddings. None. I didn't even participate in colors.
We're gonna knock it in your hand this time.
I didn't even walk up there when they threw that thing. I think I walked up there for pictures. It was like, at least go up there. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And wherever she was landing, I was definitely on the other side of that. Absolutely
Mama.
not.
True that.
I don't know. I'm already too old.
You're not too old. You're not that old.
I didn't say I was that
Gotcha.
old. I didn't say
She
age.
acts like she's so old.
No. That's not what I meant. Is that, bruh, like, at this point, I've already tried for mad long
Right.
with that. And I've always been a kept woman. That means my relationships are long,
Okay.
really long, but I've never been a kept woman.
Gotcha.
They got complacent, and I never got to that next step. So after a while, I just started to pour into myself and love myself. And then after a while, I created this nice little space in my life, and I'm like, I like it here,
I got you.
and it don't smell like a guy.
I
This
got
is
you.
awesome. And so that's where that's where I stayed. That's where I
Oh my
stayed.
God,
I'm not
Mom.
very interested. You have got to move a mountain, bring the moon to me. You have got to show me you would want to marry me for me to even consider.
True.
I'm gonna be honest. And it had to be something real grandiose and big, because I've given my time.
Right.
I've given years of my life
Right.
to relationships, and I haven't had much boyfriends.
But
I've
you
only had like 3.
Okay.
Like, I haven't dated much. You feel
Yeah.
me? So it's like 3 or 4. I think
Well,
the one don't matter.
Yeah.
One of them don't matter, because he got on a radio station. Boy, woo!
Uh-oh.
Remind me. There's a child here. Remind me to tell you about the rebound F word situation
I will do.
on a radio show
I will too.
that I got him on.
Okay.
Woo, child. That's
I will
enough.
too.
Anyway.
All right. All right.
Don't be messy.
But before we end the show, Miss Alicia, would you like to tell everybody about you're about to be going to Charleston School of Arts
I
next year?
actually already go there.
You already go? Okay, my bad.
Okay, so I am a vocal major. I've done a lot of different art throughout my whole life. When I was a kid, I really wanted to be an artist. Then it was a fashion designer. Then it was a dancer. And she actually let me do some dancing stuff.
Go ahead,
But I'm
Mom.
not that good at it. But I wanted to be a dancer. Then in middle school, I have this one teacher, Miss Frank,
Okay.
who, oh my God, I love her. But so I was in a Shakespeare play with her, and she told me something that really stuck with me for real. She said the acting I see from you is some acting that I haven't even seen from the adults that I work with. Mind you, she was a director, like a real director, and she said that to me, and I was like, huh. So
Okay.
ever since then, I'm a vocal major right now, but I recently got accepted into theater, and so next year I'm finally gonna be able to like go back into acting. I'm really excited for that. I love performing. I'm not like I don't do what my mom does. I don't know how she does it. It's really cool. I don't do like all the networking stuff. I like being the performer.
Okay.
So it's like.
So
when
you're going to get your whole team together to do all your networking for you while you just...
I would love that. Like, I want to go to college for theater. I really want to work to hone my talent. I want to perform. I love acting.
You already foresee the college that you want to go to?
I'm thinking, because there's so many, like, what I'm really trying to figure out right now is what state I want to be in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out if I want to be in New York, if I want to stay in the South, if I want to go to Georgia, because now Georgia's an option for me too.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, but either way, she has a village in all those places.
yeah, like I'm trying
True.
to stick to one of the places where I have people, you
Okay.
know, like, because I've been blessed by my family and stuff like that to have a village everywhere I've been like able to go. And so it's like I was surrounded by art growing up. Like all my mama's friends, a lot of my family are, if they don't work as artists, they still know how to do it. I grew up around my mom's dancing, and so like a lot of stuff just inspired me. And
Okay, so since you've been, can remember, you've been into the...
Every job I've wanted has always been like every like little dream job, little me wanted was always like I want to do something art related.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's cool. Well, you definitely have a team though, because everything is your mom she's amazing.
Oh my God, my
Yes.
mom, she fought so hard to get me into SOA. She fought so hard she fights so hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's like all the team I need.
Yes.
She fights
Yes.
so hard for me. I wouldn't be able to do half the stuff I do without my mama.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm glad we can have you on the show today.
Thank you.
We'll definitely try to get you on again so you can have your own little hour.
Thank you.
Not little, but so you can have your own hour. We do sometimes, we have another kid. He hasn't been on in a while, but Sage is his name. Maybe we can get you and him and y'all can do the interview together.
All right.
Then maybe, I don't know, you probably feel very comfortable now, but it's a kid. Y'all,
Yeah, no, I understand. Thank you.
You're welcome. We're gonna end the show now. Once again, this is Star My City podcast. I'm your host, Sean Treasy. We got Miss Rocfame, and we got the kiddo Alicia,
thank you.
And the show is sponsored by Those to Watch, Meeting Other Minds. Okay, like, share, subscribe, check out the others. All right. When this come out, please watch it. Give her a lot of feedback. Okay. You know how long it took me to get Rocfame on the show? Okay, and then I feel like we could go a little longer because I still feel like we left out some questions and stuff. But we go, I'm gonna get her back again.
Well, on camera, Treasy got a promise to be on my show.
Yes. Oh, yes.
But it's not an interview show. We're going to talk some dirty.
Yes.
Mama.
Oh, listen, I'm down for the Misfit podcast. Yes, girls. Get me on that show. Until the next time, one love for the culture.